This is all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely, every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark. The real agenda is to destroy free speech. The WNBA is a political organization designed to install, promote Marxism and communism. It's being used as a wedge to install the feminist identity politics movement everywhere. I've been trying to explain to people how important the sports world is into controlling the culture. And they got to use the WNBA to further control the culture and push an agenda that destroys free speech and destroys our Constitution. That's what's at the foundation of all of this. It's not Caitlin Clark. It's the destruction of our Constitution, the destruction of our fundamental rights of free speech. If there is no free speech, what comes behind that is there's no freedom of religion. Marxism hates religion because they know a man obedient to God has a line in the sand and something he will die over. No, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather die. See, that's what religious faith will do. You'll have conviction so strong like, nah, I'm not going to let you continue to enslave a group of people. God's going to judge me for that, and so I will go to war to end slavery. And then there are people who's like, just not going to let you murder babies in the womb. And I'm going to draw a line in the sand over that. And I'm not going to budge on this issue. That's what religion does. It gives you a backbone. And they want it uprooted. And so you have to uproot free speech in order to uproot freedom of religion. And so I'm just telling you, they've created this free speech crisis over social media. Are you not looking? These harmless beacons of positivity in the WNBA, we can't even go out and play without these Indiana Fever fans, these Caitlin Clark fans, tweeting mean things to us. It must be stopped. Someone has to stop Elon Musk and X and that platform. Oh, don't you understand the pain that it's causing when someone criticizes Honey DeJournette over Twitter? Let's throw out free speech so Honey DeJournette can be free. That's the argument they're making. And that, oh my God, Brittany Griner. Oh, these tweets, they're worse than being in a Russian prison. Don't you get it? She'd rather go back to Russia and sit in a cell than have to deal with all the online harassment and racism. Oh, it's a pandemic. We have to come up with a social media vaccine that will stop this pandemic. Let's shut down everything until this pandemic of mean tweets is addressed. And so Brittany Griner can live free. I want to play you the clip of Brittany Griner talking about the hate and racism she experienced because of Caitlin Clark fans and Indiana Fever fans. Play the clip.
How do you feel about what has happened over the past year with the W since you first came in to where it is now? And obviously the game has grown and there's new fans, but how do you appreciate the new fans without all the noise that's come with them?
I appreciate the new fans that sit there and yell racial slurs at myself, my teammates, and the people that I play against. Because yeah, those might be opponents, but those are friends too. You know, deserve that. So I don't appreciate the new fans that think it's okay to do that. But I do appreciate the new fans that respect the game, that are here to grow our league. Bringing people that may have not ever watched the to a WNBA game so we can grow more fans. I do appreciate them. I appreciate the players that came in, and that are coming in with the spark that they have playing at the level that they're playing at. We need more players coming in ready to put on a show and ready to give a good product so we can keep growing each year. I'm happy about where the game is now versus when I came into the league.
So it's hard for me to do a Brittany Griner impersonation because my voice isn't as deep as hers. But, the fans that are hurling these racial slurs and homophobic slurs at me and my teammates and opponents, none of this is on tape. There's no proof of any of it. But trust me, guys, I've heard it. I know there's cell phones everywhere. I know that there are cameras everywhere. I know that no one's picked up any of this on cell phones or on cameras. But guys, I'm telling you, on my Jussie Smollett Bible, I'm telling you, they're yelling racial slurs at us at games. I know you can't hear it. It's like a dog whistle. Only dogs can hear it. But we can hear it. It's the way they look at us. We can hear it. Oh, it's unbelievable what we're going through. And by the way, guys, I'm just sitting here. There's a quote from Anscape that I sent you all that I don't see on my list here, but hopefully we have it. Okay, good. Good. There's a woman or some person, Jackie somebody, Della something other. She's got red hair. She, looks like one of these overweight, red-haired women that show up at abortion rallies and that if someone takes away her right to kill babies, it's not even worth living here in America. But anyway, she wrote over Twitter, she's written something for Anscape about her experience at a Fever game. And I'm telling you, this is all orchestrated. Everybody's working together to limit our free speech and to create this crisis, this pandemic. This is the same as what they did with Black Lives Matter. Remember when everybody was running around? I mean, these police, oh my God, every time a black man steps outside, the police are just shooting at him, and we're just running around ducking bullets everywhere we go because the police are thousands of black men are dying a week because of police killings. And then someone comes out with the stats and say, well, actually, the white guys are getting killed more often by police than black guys. And it really, the chances of you getting killed by police are less than the chances of you getting struck by lightning. But we went 10 years pretending like, whoo, boy, every time a black man sticks his head outside, he may get shot. We went 10 years with that fake narrative, and then we passed a bunch of laws, and George Floyd became Jesus Christ, and Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln all wrapped into one big crack pipe. Remember that? Remember when they wrapped George Floyd into one big crack pipe and built monuments and statues? Because he didn't even get shot. He passed out from fentanyl, and Derek Chauvin put a little pressure on his back, and he died. And we all went through this fake deal that the police killed George Floyd. Same thing we're doing right now with this deal. And it's all orchestrated. Everybody just run out on social media and repeat the same thing. Everybody write these pieces. And so this Jackie writes for Anscape, or Gayscape. You guys, when I was there, we called it the Undefeated. It actually had meaning. They've changed the name to Anscape or Landscape. I've changed the name. It's Gayscape. It's a LGBTQIA plus Alphabet Mafia website that they've packaged as black. And there's a bunch of black people accepting a check to write for the gay website. and pretend like they're doing social justice work and important work. But anyway, this woman writes for Gayscape that she went to a Fever game, or the Fever game, or maybe against the Connecticut Sun. I can't remember which game, but every time the Fever scored, the crowd would erupt. But it didn't feel like fans were rooting for their team. It felt like a threat. There was an ominous feeling in the building, but it hasn't always been this way. Most games feel like a mini pride party. That's what Kate, a Sun season ticket holder, told me. Last night felt like a MAGA rally in Connecticut. It felt rabid. This is according to this story on Anscape. This Frankie Della Cortez or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She went on to Twitter and further tweeted out, I'm at the Sun Fever game and the vibe is horrendous. The woman behind me was mocking Honey DeJournet's eyelashes and only stopped when my partner turned around and told her to stop being racist. Don't you know that black women must wear fake eyelashes? Now, her partner didn't say that, but fake eyelashes, that's a black thing. And if you criticize fake eyelashes, you're being racist. Don't you know that? Everybody knows that. She went on to say that there's a man in a MAGA hat. Then there's this woman in a band fingernails shirt and cartoonishly fake fingernails. They've created, very ominous. It just felt threatening. Everything's about feelings. No one did anything to her or her partner. They just felt uncomfortable being around these people that weren't worshiping Honey DeJournet and all the players on the Connecticut Sun. It used to feel like a mini pride party where drag queens would come in and shake their private parts in front of young children. Remember the good old days. Make the WNBA gay again. That's basically what the woman is saying. Can we not come and groom children in peace? I mean, seriously, what are we doing here, America? This woman wants WNBA arenas so she can groom children in peace. How dare you come and violate the mini pride parade that had been going on in WNBA arenas? This is a private sex cult. And now you heterosexuals have come in and ruined it. We can't do this in peace. There are people here in MAGA hats. Oh my God. And they're making fun of fake eyelashes. Very ominous. This is all orchestrated. Here's Alyssa Thomas, the star for the Connecticut Sun. As soon as they eliminate the Fever, she comes right into a press conference and starts talking about the hate and racism she's feeling and how violated. Let's play Alyssa, shot number 8. Let's play Alyssa Thomas complaining about the hate and racism. This is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was started by 3 lesbian women. And they run this play. And so here's a group of lesbian women, Brittany Griner. I don't know what Alyssa Thomas does. Who knows? But a lot of the WNBA, and look, I don't have a problem with them. I really don't, because there's some WNBA players that I absolutely love. And I don't really care what they do sexually. I don't know, but I don't care. But take Erica Wheeler with the Indiana Fever. I would assume, but I don't care. I like her. I like her attitude. I like her a lot. She's got Caitlin Clark's back. I don't care what her sexuality is. But these people with this agenda are driving me crazy. Let's play shot number 8.
Honestly, it's been a lot of nonsense. I think in my 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but nah, we don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us racial names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world and what we have to deal with in that aspect. And we come to play basketball for our job and it's fun, but we don't want to go to work every day and have social media blown up over things like that. It's uncalled for, and something needs to be done, whether it's them checking their fans or this league checking. There's no time for it anymore.
It's a gimmick. It's a scheme. It's Black Lives Matter all over again. She's got no details. She's just been, hey, read this script. Go out there and say they're calling me names. She's pretending as if over social media, everybody gets called names on social media. You think there's not some white people, black people, that couldn't? Hey man, you know what they call me? They call me Uncle Tom, a coon, the black face of white supremacy. They call every white person they disagree with Adolf Hitler, a Nazi, a white supremacist. Everybody gets called names over social media, but when it happens to them, there must be action taken. The WNBA must put pressure. We must, again, this is all about portraying Elon Musk as the second coming of Adolf Hitler. Donald Trump, or maybe he's the third coming of Adolf Hitler, because Donald Trump is the second coming. Elon Musk is the third coming. And the way he's running Twitter, and something must be done. They're just trying to build up that momentum. I only want to play the first part of this. Nylisa Smith, she played for the Indiana Fever. She's in a relationship with Honey DeJohnette Carrington. And I thought Nylisa Smith's answer was fine. But I want you to listen to this question. And again, I know a little bit about journalism. This is a loaded question. This is a question based on a false narrative that there's no proof or evidence of. Let's just play the first part, and then we don't really need to hear Nylisa Smith's response. But I want to play SOT number 9. Here's a reporter asking Nylisa Smith a stupid question.
Nylisa, how did you personally deal with the hate, the racism, the attention, scrutiny, and then also just navigate that to go out there and hoop?
This man sat there. How did you navigate the hate, the racism, the scrutiny? Where's his facts? What did Nylisa Smith face? This racism, did she tell him about it privately? In her answer, she certainly didn't say, like, oh yeah, I remember the night they came and hung a cross outside our locker room. Oh, I remember the night they came in and burned a cross as I was driving home. I remember, so-and-so called me this word or that word or this word inside the arena or whatever. So the hate, the racism, he's just injecting this as if it's a fact, even though it's been unproven. It's no different than, hey, the police are just out randomly killing unarmed black men. And let me show you these resisting black men that happens 20 times a year, and that just, there it is. Because it happens 20 times a year, a black dude resists the police, caught on tape, and the police harm him. Well, because it happened that 20 times, even though the police have 30, 40 million engagement with people in America, but those 20 times, there's a pandemic. And so whatever the tweets are that these women get on their social media, none of them have that huge of a Twitter platform. They're brand new to this. So I just, like, that represents all of WNBA fans, that they're all specifically Caitlin Clark fans. Maybe they're just people that don't like you. Maybe that's it. I get negative tweets, and maybe it's not racism, maybe it's just they don't like me. I just have to deal with that. That's life. I want one more example. Do we have Muffet McGraw? Do we have Muffet McGraw? I asked. There's a graphic I want Muffet, not Roxanne. Muffet McGraw, I specifically asked for. That's Roxana Scott, that's USA Today. Even if we don't have it, I'm gonna read it myself. I know I requested it. I'm looking at Muffet McGraw, blames Donald Trump. Hadley, I know, asked me earlier about, he came up with a graphic to shorten it up, but now you'll get the full Muffet McGraw since we didn't get the graphic. Here's Muffet McGraw. She used to be the head coach of Notre Dame. And I asked for this specifically in writing at 6:30 this morning. Sports. This is Muffet McGraw. She now works for ESPN, former Notre Dame head coach. Sports are a microcosm of society. We showcase how a group of diverse people, white, black, straight, gay, religious or not, can come together united by something bigger than ourselves. We are teammates who are striving for the same goals, sacrificing personal accolades for the good of the group. We role model how to put we before me, but we are starting to lose the joy in team celebrations because we are being overrun by trolls who never played or coached the game at a high level, but are suddenly self-proclaimed experts on what we do. The current climate in our country is one of division and hate. Anyone who doesn't look like us or believe what we do is now the enemy. The haters are trolling with alarming rage and escalated violent threats. How did we get here? And wait for it. She knows exactly how we got here. How did we get here? Short answer, Donald Trump. Yes, that's it. Donald Trump got us here. He gave permission for people to be outwardly racist. There was no racism before Donald Trump, not on Twitter or anywhere. Don't you understand? Donald Trump did all of this. Don't you get it? When George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, he did it because it was prophesized in the Old Testament that Donald Trump was coming, and so I better kill this young black boy now before Donald Trump gets here so that Donald Trump likes me when he does get here. Don't you see how it all works? Emmett Till in 1955, he was sacrificed so that Donald Trump would arrive. Don't you understand? There was no racism before Donald Trump. We had conquered it. This whole thing is political. He gave permission to be outwardly racist, homophobic, misogynistic, and cruel. Not that it was okay by any of those inwardly. His complete lack of civility, decorum, and his penchant for infantile name-calling, blaming, and blatant lying have made it okay for others to do the same. Cowards who hide behind a fake name or social media are not just hurting the game, they are destroying our country. So what are we going to do about it? It's not the league office or the Indiana Fever who control the posts of these petulant, churlish cream puffs. Yes, they could probably do more, but it's on all of us to fight back. Let's take Kamala Harris's advice and choose hope. Hope! If you really want to see change, you have to vote for it. Meanwhile, let's focus on what's good about our game. Let's come together and start supporting and encouraging women. Let's stand up and have the courage to use our voice to let people know that we have their back. There's an old saying that if you aren't part of the solution, you are part of the problem. So what are you doing to combat the hate? Be a spark, and maybe we can ignite the world. Kamala Harris will save us, just as Barack Obama did. Barack Obama saved us. Don't you understand that Michael Brown? Oh, no. Michael Brown happened during Obama's presidency. Well, Trayvon Martin. Oh, he happened during Obama's presidency. Oh, hold on. I know it's Donald Trump's fault. Charlottesville. There's good people on both sides. Kamala Harris will save us. Kamala Harris. She will do for us what she did for Willie Brown. She will curl our toes and make us feel so, so good. Kamala. Yes. Put all of your hope and faith in Kamala Harris. These people are idiots, and they think you're as dumb as them. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.